same energy. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, just the 7 C's.
Hey ladies, hey babies, hey babies. I got a special treat for y'all today. All right, first of all, welcome to Motivate Your Morning with your favorite coach, Sherri Hill, and I'm here today with my favorite morning team. And today I am joined by my beautiful Candy Farmer. All right, Candy, why don't you give them a cool introduction and tell them who you are.
What's happening, everybody? I am Candy the Farmer, aka Candy for Your Hair. Now I am dream candy.
Okay, so let me just see, she did that all cute and stuff. It sounds like a nice little commercial and soundbite, which we love, because that's who she is. So this is Candy Farmer, a celebrity hairdresser, and man, I tell y'all what, like I had the pleasure of meeting her through one of the interviews that I was doing Women's History Month. And
right, Monique Jackson.
Yes, shout out to our PR girl Monique in the house. Yes, cheers to you, Monique. Thank you for the connection. So I met Miss Farmer, and she came to me saying she needed to have a trauma coach. So I was like, okay, that's what I do. Let's go. So the very first meeting I had with her, I'm like, ma'am, you don't need no trauma coach. You are the shit already.
I didn't know.
Okay, I was like, no. Yeah, and I was like, you've worked through it. Now it's time to become your greatest. And y'all, man, oh man, it's like God knows what to do, when to do it, how to do it. And since then, we have come together, and it's like two very dynamic women who've come together to put some amazing things together, not only for Candy, but for us as a collective and separately. It's like God is making some major moves. So I wanted to come on here today and allow Candy the opportunity to share her story with you guys. Her story, she's gone through a lot, y'all, but yes, she is pushed right through the storm and came out of it smelling like sugar. Okay, so and then I know that I talk to you guys a lot about transformation, how to transform your life, how to change who you are, and walk in your highest power. But I don't think there's anything more powerful than testimonies, when we can sit down and we can talk to people who've actually been through the storm, who made it through the storm. This isn't textbook. This isn't something we learn from certifications. This is called the School of Hard Knocks. Okay, so thank y'all for joining us this morning. We hope y'all enjoyed this conversation, but we're just gonna keep it real, raw, and nasty this morning. Y'all know the way y'all's TT love to do. Okay. And just get right down to, what's going on. So, hey. Exactly. So, I know that your story is very compelling. You're working on a beautiful reality show right now called From the Front Porch to Hollywood.
Yes.
So, and I know we talked about this earlier today, but just kind of take us on a journey of what it's like to be Candy Farmer.
Well, that's a
loaded question, right?
That's a lot to be me. I got like 9 in here. You know what I mean? 9 different spirits in here. But I was raised to be loving. I was loved to be a giver. I was raised with kindness. I had the best big mom in the world. So, and she was the greatest teacher. And I am just a free spirit of love. And I love what I do. I've been knowing what I wanted to be since I was 3 years old, and I didn't know how I was going to become that, but I never changed what I knew what I was going to be. And I knew I was going to be a famous celebrity hairstylist since I was 3 years old.
And so, a lot of times we all know, I think we find out who we're supposed to be in our childhood. Right. I think it's your fantasies, it's those dreams, those aspirations, the visions that you have of yourself when you are a child. You almost know who you're supposed to be.
Right.
But then how do you actually become that? Because life throws its curveballs at us. And so how did you, because talk to us first of all about the obstacles that got in the way of you trying to go from the Front Porch to Hollywood. Right. And what gave you the strength to overcome those obstacles?
Well, as growing up, I was forced Jehovah's Witness. So within that, I think that gave me the power and taught me, no matter, we knocked on every door for hours.
I was right
for
there
hours.
with you.
For hours.
I was raised that way too.
If they didn't want to hear the word of God, I'll definitely be back tomorrow.
Right.
So it definitely gave me strength of not being afraid of that doors being shut in my face because they didn't want to hear the true word of what God had to say to them. So I just carried that within all the hell I've been through everything every place I go, I've always carried that word. I don't have unnecessary conversations.
Right.
Really. And it's all about either doing your dream, how we gonna profit, what was your goals, what you gonna change, how you gonna better yourself.
So I want to stop.
That's been since I was a little girl.
So I want to stop you right there because I like to point out the important parts. And you said, I don't like to have unnecessary conversations.
Right.
And I talk about that all the time, about not wasting our time on what somebody else is doing or isn't doing, or worrying about other people's business. It's that old saying that says, sweep around your own back porch before you start worrying about what's going on your neighbor's porch. And that is you have to have a mindset to focus, tunnel vision, right, to be able to make your dreams come true.
Absolutely.
And that's why I asked you to stop right there. Let's talk about that.
Let me just take you back to when the first steps I took to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
When he finally went to prison,
right?
So I had to make the affirmation first. From this day forward, everybody I see, touch, and do will be of the industry. I don't care if it's gaffer, director, actor, singer, that, boom. And the first numero uno step, ladies and men, you have to cut the head of the serpent off.
Yes. You gotta
cut the serpent off.
Yes. And you can't be afraid of the serpent either.
Yeah.
Because that's how they keep us in prison. And I know a lot of you
and that's the relationships of the serpent also. I mean, I cut anybody that had ties between both of us. If he was, you're my friend first, right? Right. And then I introduce you. Now, you and John are buddies. I have no problem with that. But
you can have him now.
Now, guess what? Mm-hmm. Now I have to make the decision because now he has the money and the power to pay you
to turn against me. Yes.
To inform you on every move I make. He has so many informants.
Yes.
And just the discovery of the informants.
Yes. Okay, and so let's talk about, like, I know a lot of people saying, who is this man she's talking about? What happened there? So do you want to share your story?
Yeah,
what happened
it's fine. Yeah. I mean, I've always been an entrepreneur all my life. Mm-hmm. Since I was like 13 years old, I did my first hot call. I was really on a great pathway of creativity. I knew what I was and what I wanted. And then, but forced your witness and then getting ousted out and kicked out. And then that's when I ran into the one who I thought was my savior. And actually he was the biggest, I don't know, it was a yin and a yang in my life. He was the lesson of yin and yang in my life. How to learn how to love whatever situation you're in and love when you're up, because when you win it, you win it. Yes. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? Accept the losses and move on, because it's never a loss. It's always a gain because the lesson you learned.
Yeah, absolutely. And you just hit on another very important part. It's about us accepting. Accepting. Man, that's the biggest part of healing, is accepting what is. And we don't like to do that. We like to sweep stuff under the carpet. We like to act like things don't exist. But acceptance is so important, and I'm glad you brought that up.
Can I just share one moment of a serious acceptance?
Please.
Because when he first went to jail, he had a court date, and he told me not to come. Right? Something's wrong there. So I go. I walk in the courtroom, and there is a woman holding his mother's hand like this. Like she's been through the whole fucking 9 years living on the run. And let me tell you, the moment I saw that, I shot 1 from 100.
Yes.
And I was sitting there in the courtroom, and then he comes out. He's blowing kisses to her.
And I just want to make it clear. So you spent how many years married to this man?
Over 9 years.
9 years married to this man, the mother of his kids. This man was living the life of a very, a mafia type of person, okay? You were on the run from the feds. Your life is in fear, and now he comes into your atmosphere with this other woman acting as though she's lived the life you've lived.
I've never seen it, though. I've never actually physically seen And then to see the mother-in-law holding
Embracing
her hand,
her.
embracing her.
Right. But it's like you put your life on the line all these years. Not only
I
yours.
feel like I killed my mother.
Exactly.
Stress.
Exactly. But not only yours, but your children as well. So to have to see that I could see that taking me from 0 to 5,000. Okay.
Let me tell you how a true pimp handles it.
Okay.
Okay. So he was blowing kisses. I walked over to Miss Thompson. I said, "You're gonna die of a horrible death. I'm so sorry. But hold your granddaughter right now." Then I walked over to the bailiff, and I whispered in the bailiff's ear, and I said, "If you don't tell John Thompson, if he blows one more kiss over here, I'm going to tear up this whole fucking courtroom, and all the truth is going to come out. We're going to all be in jail. And tell him he can't even fucking look over here."
Wow. Wow.
That nigga set up just like this.
Yeah.
And I looked over at her.
You took your power back at that moment. You took your power back at that moment. You took the fear out of you. It was no longer fear. It was rage. And you didn't care about the consequences
and
at that point.
Very same woman, when I used to have to go drive to St. Louis after I had my daughter, actually tried to drive and run me and my newborn baby and my 3 children off the road. And she had enough nerve to sit there.
And you had no idea. You know, I always say, careful what you ask for. You never know who and what you're asking to change places with, okay? Because, you know, I often talk about how everybody wanted to be Vanessa Bryant until Kobe was no longer here, okay? No one wants to trade places with Vanessa at this point because of the tragedy and the stuff she's having to deal with now. But we always want to glamorize stuff, and from the outside looking in, feel like we entitled to something that we have no idea what we asking to come into our lives. I know that this was a tumultuous time for you and your kids, but you got the strength to walk away, even though you were living good, because this man kept you well. Okay,
Yeah.
you lived the life, you know.
But I was never happy.
Right, and that's the thing. Money does not equate to happiness.
He used to beat me and say, "I just can't make you happy." I said, "Yeah, you can. Because I'm not supposed to be here." I even took a whole bottle of Tylenol before in a 40 ounce.
Trying to kill yourself.
In front of my daughter, LaShawn.
Yeah.
He stuck his fist down my throat trying to make me throw up shit.
Oh my God. Oh, I'm glad you can laugh at that. So I'm glad you can laugh at that.
All I did was just fall asleep.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, no. You know what I mean? That's just like, I was only fucking 23 years old. You know what I'm saying? 23, 24.
Right. Wow. It's life throws us curveballs, man. Ain't nothing, you know.
But the best thing is when you know the Lord, when you know when the Lord loves you and you are not forsaken.
That's right.
Baby.
Now you know you can win. And let's talk about that for a second, because I know, like, with both of us being in public eye, living that public eye, we often deal with a lot of just being who we have been all of our lives. It didn't just start, okay? It didn't just start yesterday or the day before. We've been a light worker, who we are, you know, someone who was supposed to stand out in the crowds all of our lives. But what a lot of people, everybody looks at people like that and think, oh, I want to be like that. I want our life. I want to, you know, I want to be a star. I want everybody to like me. I want to be, you know, the most popular person. And no one knows what that comes with. No one knows what that comes with.
It's a price. It's a price for everything.
It's a huge price to pay.
I mean, just give you a prime example. You know what I'm saying? Because even the life that I lived, you know, and I worked in a #1 salon. I was #1 in a DJ salon in Dayton, Ohio. You know, I was Cali braider, all that. Of course, I had the brand new Beretta. I had every designer clothes. He would ship clothes to the salon. You know, like I was always gone, but no one knew the price I paid for that position. Right.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like people don't know what we go through. People are envious. People are jealous. People are hateful. People, I mean, I've heard crazy things like, oh, people try to sue you for no reason to try to knock you off your throne. People are going to try to, you know, put you in jars, put you in freezers, put you in bags, and at the end of the day, it's really sad that anyone feels that they need to be intimidated by anyone else's life. And I know that I talk to you guys a lot about that on this channel. There's nothing that she has that was meant for me, and nothing that I have that was meant for her.
Right.
God gave her her gifts. He gave me my gifts. Right. I'm not intimidated by her gifts. She's not intimidated by my gifts. Right. We are two very mature women who can come together and share the gifts that God gave us, so I can shine my light to help her shine brighter, and vice versa.
Absolutely.
I don't understand where y'all get this envy from. I don't understand where y'all get this jealousy and thinking that it's your responsibility to compete with people. What are you competing for?
Because there's no competition.
There is no competition. You can only be you.
I'm Candy for Hair 1. It's only one me.
And only
guess what? I'm born April 1st. I'm a 1.
Exactly.
I'm a 1. I'm the 1.
I always talk about that because I think it's important that we learn how to. I talk about, hey, listen, a slap is one thing, but a fist, baby, can throw a mighty blow. And when we are apart, yes, we have an impact, but it's nothing like when we come together. And this is what I talk to y'all about all the time. It's like, stop spending your time trying to pull somebody else down, because all you're doing is building a prison for yourself. Because you can't pull anybody down. Anything that happens to any of us, we have to consent to it. We have to get involved in it. So I just want to stop there just for a minute to just tell y'all just to never pay attention to the chatter. Never pay attention to the things going on around you, the naysayers, the people who say you can't, the people who say you never will. Even if you are a battered wife, because you are looking at two battered women right here. You are looking at two women who have attempted to commit suicide. Okay, but yet you are also looking at two very accomplished women.
Victorious women.
Exactly. And that's the part we came here to talk to y'all about today, is that even though life may throw you that curveball, even though life may throw you grapes, you got to learn how to make you some fine wine.
Tattoo, baby.
Okay, look
at that.
Okay, yes. What you gonna do? Look, we're gonna make some fine wine, honey.
Yes.
Okay, and take a cheers straight to it. So this is what it's all about. I told you I was gonna share more stories with y'all, more experiences that real lives, real stories, real people have gone through. And you're looking at someone here who has definitely gone from the front porch.
To the fire.
Yes. Okay, from the front porch to Hollywood. Okay, this is what we're looking at here. So I just think it's important. And not only that, I want to talk about your kids, because you not only pulled herself up out of bootstrap, but this woman's kids. Lord have mercy. Let's talk about your babies. Okay, so we got, who's the oldest? John. John is the oldest. John. Okay, so let's start with John, the most amazing designer in the world. Okay.
Well, you know what? Well, growing up, I'm a major in arts and science. My mother was totally Jehovah's Witness, and I had so many opportunities to go to college to do an art degree. Right. But my mother would always say, the world's going to end. You're not going to make it. You know what I mean? So she would never push me forward, but I always pushed my own artistry. But I would always promise God, Lord, when you bless me with a son, a daughter, I'm going to make sure they be the best artists in the world. And they're going to just create. I used to promise this. I always knew I was going to be a mother. Right. So when John was born, I used to take his little bitty hand. We used to draw happy faces, the sun, the moon, like positive sayings. Like, he was a little bitty newborn. Right. And then when I used to work in the salon, when he used to run around, he was like 5 or 6 or 7, he used to collect the hair off the floor and then make drawings and then create hairstyles on paper dolls and popsicle sticks. Right. So this is like a gradual thing that I just let him create. I never told them no. Let him be him. I never told him no. Right. And I think what really got him is when he was probably like about 7 or 8 years old, and we were at my friend's house, and he really wanted to go in the deep end of the pool. And he was like, Mom, I said, what are you? I said, bro, what's happening? Why you? I'm scared to get in the pool. I said, why are you scared? And I said, don't say the can't word. And I said, okay. As he ran, he didn't even know he was getting his ass thrown in there. Okay? I threw his ass in the deep end. Made him sink or swim. Okay, and guess what he did? He swam. Yes. I said, but hey, you made it back. Yes. So that's why John is not afraid to jump in the deep end with Beyonce. He's not scared to jump in the deep end with Megan, Cardi, whatever, because he met that challenge when he was 7 years old.
And he designs for Beyonce and Megan and Cardi and Ariel. He was at Coachella. Almost all the outfits at Coachella was her child. Okay, so I just think that I want to talk about that because we have so much mental health that we deal with. You went through so much mentally challenging, traumatic situations, but yet you were able to not only pull yourself up out of it, but you didn't damage your kids in the process.
I did.
You did, but you were able to pull them out. Because we all, it's the damage is there. They not, listen, no one is 100% in the clear. No one.
Right.
Okay? But at the end of the day, you're not going to the jail to send your children commissary.
Because I never lost the focus, no matter whatever the situation is, because I didn't even realize that I had a problem.
Right.
I didn't even know.
We never do, because when we know better, we do better. But when we don't know better, we keep doing the wrong thing.
You know, I don't even think all the time that I was even wrong. You know what I mean? I think it was just a behavior.
Part of your life.
I think it was just a behavior that, I was taught. You know what I mean? And I absolutely carried that energy 100%. And it was to the fault, that it really, I really became like my ex-husband, the judge and the jury. I told my friend, she gossiped about me. I said, when I see you, I'm going to smack the shit out of you. So I actually used to go around smacking people.
Right.
Like with some celebrity, bitch, you don't come back with my check, I'm really going to go on set and beat your ass.
That part.
Really? They were like, oh my God, Candy the Farmer, you sure you want to hire her?
Right.
She's very serious.
By my paper, yes. Okay.
I got 3 goddamn kids. No problem.
Okay, somebody got to make the bacon.
Right. So I think just through that whole, working through, coming from being really, really hard, because I've had people come to me, I got a $5 million beauty deal because I didn't trust them and because that they wouldn't let me have my own attorneys.
Right.
It was just the power of trust was gone. Just living on the run for the past. I didn't trust nobody. But just really 20 years of massaging and growing and therapy and lessons.
Because what I was going to say is I bet that situation that you was in, Hollywood ain't no joke, okay? No. So I bet you that situation that you were in kind of shaped you for Hollywood. Because Hollywood is not made for the weak, okay?
Right.
You can't go in there not knowing what you're doing and being gullible and naive.
But I was still gullible in some areas because I had a man that took care of me all the time. I didn't even have worries about money or how I was going to, whatever I wanted or blah, blah, blah. So I didn't even know how to be a hoe. I didn't even know how to, I've been married since I was 19, 20 years old.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, people were like, I even had this one guy, I can turn you to the baddest video girl ever. But I didn't even have the confidence. I was like, no, I'm not even pretty enough for that. I just didn't have no confidence.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And even when the different artists, people would try to get with me, different men, because I was, they didn't know my esteem was so low.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I was like, oh, no, I already know I'm getting the bag. I ain't about to, fuck with this nigga. I'd rather be giving my money this way. So I kept myself, that was my safe zone. Right. Walls that I had built for no reason.
And my question is this. We going into, because, self-esteem, all of us have gone where our self-esteem is getting toward it. All of us. No matter how confident we try to walk in the room looking or feeling. There's times where we don't feel that great about ourselves. And being in Hollywood, especially being in the service industry, what was that like? Because people, oftentimes, you have such egotistical, arrogant energy sometimes that if you are in the service part, they don't see you as being as accomplished as they are. No. They don't see you as being their equal. They see you as a servant. So how did you deal with that?
Well, I would politely let them know.
Absolutely. I know that's right. Don't put my bowl on the floor.
Let me give you a prime example. When I got called to do DJ Quick. Right? Go there, doing hair, he started, I'll be in the studio all the time, whining about his life. And I said, you know what, Quick? Guess what? My salon is my studio, and I'll be in there 4 days straight. Sometimes I don't even shower.
That part.
So you're mirroring yourself right now.
Right.
Okay? So I don't want to hear that. Let's get your hair done,
and keep it moving.
Like, that's what I don't do, is deal with whining ass niggas. Period.
I love it. You came into this industry and you've not let life kick you in the ass. You kick life in the ass.
Yeah.
And that's why I had her on here with us today, y'all.
Fingers bleeding. I braid to fingers bleeding. To my fingertips was raw.
Who gave you your start? Which celebrity gave you your start in the celebrity world?
This is how we do it.
Montel Jordan. This is how we do it. Bum, 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 bum. That's so funny because
Montel Jordan.
I met Montel in my career. I love him.
Yeah, but only way I met Montel Jordan was through his producer, Josh Nixon, who I flirted with, who I just, I'm real good at that, y'all. I better watch out. Because I'm real,
baby, you ain't finna flirt with she ain't finna flirt with Montel Jordan.
No,
she
Chris
don't
play
at all. Okay, at all. Okay, okay. No, listen here, Chris. We ain't playing with Montel. Okay,
she blessed me. Okay.
No, but you know what? I met them both.
She blessed me. Yeah,
and they both are beautiful, beautiful spirits.
And she knew I was a good person, and she actually told to keep me, and they took me to Puerto Rico, and
she actually let me take a picture sitting right next to him like this,
right?
And she knew this because she knew I ain't want him.
Right.
I ain't want him like that. I look at him as an amazing guy. I respect his grind. I respect what he's been able to accomplish in his life, but I also respect that he's a married man. Yeah, and then at that time, it's coming straight from the front porch to now. Cut 2 was #1 hairstylist in Ohio. And then cut 2, like coming from living on the run, and you have nothing, you're getting evicted, you try to kill yourself, you at the lowest valuation ever, till like you finally make your heart up to get help, and then you get help, right? Because there's steps to this. It sure is.
It's steps.
Levels.
It's 20 years of steps I had to take to be here with a smile, to be 100% transparent, to be 100% clear of my divine purpose of what's happening now, living it now, and being who Candida Farmer was born to be,
and who she is today,
and who I am today. That's what's important.
That's very important, and that's why I had you on the show, because you've gone through a great deal of things. Yeah. And yet you didn't let not one of those things deter you or hold you back from who God made you to be. And then again, my respect not only goes to what you've done in your own life, but your kids. Because your kids, we got a veterinarian. We got a Hollywood designer that's designing for A-list celebrities. We have
Candace Braids.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. And she's basketball and taking care of kids. Just a beautiful heart. Yeah. It's just a beautiful thing when you look around and you see we all got issues. Right. No family is free from trauma and drama. No family. Right. But
the key is though, we just never lie to each other.
That's it.
We never lie to each other.
Transparency.
And guess what? When the problem happens, we all get together and say, okay, who got this is my solution. I'm the mother.
Right.
But I do respect them as adults, and I respect them as their experiences in their own life. You know what I mean? And I have also thought them to be self-thinkers, and to come up with a solution. So I might not know things that was happening nowadays, but guess who comes with the solution? Right. They come up with it fast.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I groomed them to be that. I never took that voice from them. Right. I never took their voice from them.
And it's important that family units are important nowadays. Yeah. Very important. And even if they're damaged, it's important that we take the time out to try to heal them.
Yeah, I never say go sit your stupid ass down.
No, you don't say that to your children.
Never.
Lord, you don't say that to your children. That's a stain. A permanent stain that may never. It's like putting a permanent marker on a white shirt.
It's like toothpaste that can't never go back in the tube.
That's right.
So and I never, even if they were incorrect about something, I would say, go rethink that and then come back talk to me.
Right. Let them make it.
And they know when I'm saying that
they know they made a mistake. Yes. Yes.
Because I really raised them on choices and consequences.
Well, listen, I'm super proud of you. Like I said, she came to me talking about she needed a trauma coach, and I was like, ma'am, You done made it this far in your life. You have conquered the trauma. Okay, let's getting you past where you are, get you past these blockages. So let's talk about that. What you got coming up? What's coming up next for you?
Well, I've been in the industry going 20-something years, and I've supported everybody that I've worked with. And I think I just really forgot about myself, my goals, and everything I wanted to accomplish. So Paris from Love and Hip Hop, she just challenged me. She says, "I'm really tired of you, Candy, talking about what you're going to do." And I'm like, "What do you mean I'm just talking about it?" And she was like, "No, like I'm not showing up until some shit is done." And that's my book.
Yes.
That's my show.
Yes.
That's my products. That's my t-shirt line. That's my digital marketing plan. You know, just the wig line, like everything that I wrote out when my appendix burst in 2018 has been done and accomplished.
That is so beautiful. And the book is coming out soon.
Yes.
She'll be on reality TV show soon. This is beautiful stuff. But again, y'all, all that stuff is gorgeous and beautiful. And I want to give her accolades and her flowers while she can receive them.
Yes,
but the biggest thing that I want y'all to take from this is forget about the celebrityism.
Right.
To forget about, the glam and the glitz and all the stuff that she gets to enjoy because of who she is. Let's talk about who she really is, where she came from, and how she made it through these storms and still became a famous celebrity person. And not only herself, but her children too. So this is what I like to give y'all examples to keep you encouraged. Because we can talk about, the principles of life all day long, but until we've seen people actually walk through the fire and come out of it clean, we don't really believe that it's possible. Well, you're looking at two stories right here today. Okay, living stories of two women who've been through the fire. Two women who have been through domestic violence and almost had our lives taken from us. Two women who have been told no over and over and over again, and we decided that every no got us closer to that yes. And we did not give up. We did not let the naysayers, the haters, the envy, black magic being thrown at us, evil eyes, whatever it is that people tried to do to stop us, we didn't let it stop us. And this is why she's on my show today. Okay, it's not about bragging that I know a celebrity. Y'all know I know a lot of celebrities, and I could care less about that. I wanted to bring to you a real life story of somebody that has accomplished more than the average person. Because we can all get a good job. We can all, go and level up to a certain degree. But getting to the level where she's got in her life is not easy to do, especially when life throws you adversities. And so I want y'all to understand that today's show is to remind you that no matter what you're going through in life, you have a chance every day that you wake up with breath in your body and the ability to get up out of your bed and walk. You have the ability to turn your life around. And on this show, we're going to keep on reminding you of that every opportunity that we get. Okay, so Candy, is anything you want to leave them with? How do we find your amazing? She is the braider of Hollywood. Okay, that's where she got her start, was with braids. Right. So she is the one who came out with all these amazing braid wigs. Y'all just need to go to her website.
The website is www.dreamcandyforhair.com, and my Instagram is candyforhair1 on the IG, and my Facebook is Candida Farmer.
And I'm gonna have all of that in the description box, so y'all can go like, share, and just follow her. Just share the love, y'all. And again,
and guess what, Sherri? I tell people, you can call me. You can hit me on Messenger if you have a question. I do online classes. I'm very transparent. I do love. That's my whole total sin. Sometimes is I help too much.
Yes, she is a giver for sure.
Yeah.
And again, I just, like I said, I when I met her, I didn't see us going this far. That we've done so many things together that
within 7 days.
Right. God just came in and just started showing out. And again, it was supposed to be, she came to me for trauma coaching, and I'm like, ma'am, you don't need no trauma coaching. You've done all of that, which is very good. But I want to, again, just reiterate the fact that we bring these type of stories so that y'all can see real life accounts of how you can and you will overcome every adversity. Now, this is your Tease Coach, and y'all know I love sharing my messages with y'all every morning. So don't forget, tune right back here tomorrow. It's Hump Day. Hump Day, you never know what your coach got for you on every morning. So we just want to say thank you for giving us this opportunity to share our stories with you. And we hope that if we touch one person, that you will know that you are capable of turning your life around. Anything can happen. You are one phone call away from being and living your best life. All right, until tomorrow, we love you, and it ain't a damn thing you can do about it. And we'll see you right back here tomorrow morning. Mwah!